Welcome. Today I am going to walk you through my personal practice, something I intend to receive. I may choose to share all of this or some of this, my personal practice within the Akashic Records, that is, and specifically doing some healing, rewriting within the Akashic Records between me and my daughter, because we definitely have a past life connection, lots of chills around that, many past life connections. And I feel like there is an energetic tether that I want to address. I feel like I have noticed there is intense energy that shows up in her around the times I have intense energy showing up in my life. And for me, like, it might be a deadline, it might be an important business milestone that I signed up for, and it shows up in her as not feeling well, being uncomfortable somehow, usually requiring me to take time off from my work, my business, and taking care of her, which I'm always here to do. That is part of what I signed up for. And it gives me joy to lean into that. And I appreciate a lot of me when I'm able to lean into that and not be too hard on myself or my family when too much tension is in the air. So while I acknowledge the struggles, I'm sure you can relate if you've been a caregiver of any sort for a parent, a pet, a child, a spouse, a partner, yourself. The hardest, really, in many ways, because our society does not encourage active self-care as a productive thing, as a thing that results in growth and progress. And so this is me leaning into doing some past life healing as a way to ensure greater harmony and peace in the present and help with progress and growth in the future. I'd love to have more moments where I can be intensely in the energy of something that is work or business related and not let it affect my daughter. And I'm going to explore what that means. So we'll see. If there's something that's too personal that comes up, I will appropriately like edit this out. But I think this is also very meaningful as a practice for those of us who are energetically sensitive and have called in soul family who likely have manifested in similar ways too. And you might be very deeply connected to each other. And it may be causing some kind of ripple effect, perhaps. I don't know logically what all is happening. This is something I'm leaning into because this is what my dear soul friends have channeled for me. I, as a channeler, require my channeled input too, and guidance and validation. And while I observed this pattern, they really validated for me that this is a past life pattern that I need to go back into. So, with that, I'm feeling the call to, I can feel my words speeding up and I can feel the energy building. And so, I am going to go ahead and open up the Akashic Records with a few deep breaths. You are welcome to listen and receive. You're welcome to use this as a way to flex your Akashic Record connecting muscle. And if so, create some sacred space with a candle, grab some crystals if they speak to you. You could even write down an intention, pull a card. There are many, many ways in which you can create sacred space. Taking a container of intention. Thank you for being with me on this journey. I so appreciate it. I feel your support and I feel your love because there is a part of me that's been waiting for the space and the right time and having some mild urgency around it, but also, hey, I need to feel it be energetically right. Definitely keep some water nearby. Find that it's supportive to do energy based practices when you're well hydrated, when you're regulated. If something's bothering you, find a way to take care of it. I have a heating pad going on my feet. I'm a little chilly up above, and maybe I'll get a blanket for myself. I'm feeling. I'm here, I'm cozy, and it's kind of cool. Maybe I should get a blanket more often for my practice. All right. With that, let's dive in. All right. Inviting you now to slow down your breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. We're going to do box breathing. 4 counts inhaling, 4 counts holding, 4 counts exhaling out through your mouth, and 4 counts of holding before we repeat that process all over again. Don't have to think about it too much. You just have to breathe along with me. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. Exhale out. Hold. Then you can get back, reset your breath. Just feeling into the energy of your space all around. Using your third eye to look around your space with your eyes closed if that feels accessible. You can feel into the energy of your room. I feel called to actually open my eyes, and I invite you to do so. Look around your space. Maybe turn backwards as well, as one of my mentors invites us to, helps us cross our midline and um, teaches our primitive brain that there's no existential threat lying behind us. So rotate back all the way. Then gently close your eyes again and use your third eye, use your imagination. Whether you see, you sense, you feel, whatever works best for you, I invite you to truly see through your inner eye, your third eye. Can you see the textures, the colors, the open window, the surfaces, anything shiny or reflective? Maybe you're turning your eye all the way to the back and looking all around, seeing books and shelves, trinkets, figurines, clocks, and jewelry, maybe blankets, maybe something cozy and snuggly. Whatever you see, notice the power of your inner eye to connect with the space. Ooh, and breathe. In this beautifully receptive and connected space in which you can deeply see, I invite you now to connect to the Akashic records. As I connect in with my intention, you get to connect in with yours and support mine as I support yours. Of the light we see all around us, trust that you can connect deeply within, trust that you can connect deeply throughout, and trust that you can connect deeply above and below. This is the path to connect to the space above, the ground below, and all the energy and beings that you channel through at this time. This is the way, this is the space, this is the energy that you feel. Trust and connect and let it all be revealed. Set aside your doubts, set aside yourself, set aside any concern. Let yourself feel the energy of unconditional love. This is the magic, this is the beauty, this is the essence of the records. Trust that you are within them, one with them now and always and forevermore. Say this prayer and all will be revealed. Past, now, and all future possibilities. Say this prayer, say these words, and trust that you are delivered to the doorstep to love, deep connection of knowing and understanding who you truly are. This is the space. Welcome. The Akashic records are now open. Ooh. Okay. Mm, I'm just taking a moment to orient as I started to see, um, as we were opening up the Akashic records together. Notice what's coming up for you. It might be a visual, it might be a color, a texture, it might be silence, it might be even a thought that feels like a distraction. Whatever it might be, I would invite you to acknowledge it, presence it, maybe even take a moment now to write it down. We all operate very differently with our psychic senses. So trust that each time you connect, and each time, whether it shows up very consistently or varies from time to time, more often than not, there is variability. That's okay. Lean into that and know that you can always pause me if you're deep in your practice. Know that if you are receiving something as I'm receiving something totally different, allow for that. I want your energy to surround you and be concentrated around you. Let me be a guide and a facilitator, not for you to receive everything that I'm sharing as the only source of truth. You are the greatest source of truth that exists. Trust your connection. And with that, I'm going to go back to what was coming through. It's as if I'm in a room that has a more circular or octagonal view to it. I feel like I'm seeing three panes of glass, but they're covered with like a long curtain. And it feels like there's a tent or something conical above. And I could feel two curtains pull back. And it looked dark, but suddenly there was light on one side and light on the other side. I feel like there's a cloudy sky outside. I almost feel like, am I in a home? Am I in a circus tent? What's happening? Um, and I feel called to go towards the left, so that's what I'm doing. I'm looking outside. And so I look outside and I'm greeted by this view that looks like green meadows or fields. There's a home in the distance. But I can't see it all very well because there are raindrops on this window. The home looks a little brownish, reddish, um, has a sloping roof, has some kind of um yeah, roofing tiles maybe. I'm not sure what you'd call them. At least two-storied from what I can tell. And I'm overcome by a yawn, so I'm going to allow that energy through. And I'm asking my guides, is this space significant to my intention? Yeah. And I'm feeling the call to look on the other side. So, what am I seeing on the other side? I felt like a more diamond shaped windows pattern. Yeah, it's in the window. I can't quite see anything else. It just feels bright and diamond shaped. Um, Interesting. It almost feels, and I got this feeling initially too. I'm like, is one window the way I view the world, and the other a window, the window through which my daughter views the world? And I'm getting a yes. I'm looking at both windows, not simultaneously, maybe simultaneously, and I'm noticing how mine looks much more. The feeling, the words that come to mind is drab and rainy and gloomy. I'm not that much of a pessimist. So I'm just, is that my view of the world? Starting to feel a bit warm. So we're going to stretch. And I look on the side of my daughter and it looks all bright and kaleidoscope like. And I see colors, I see light, but I can't see anything. It's as if like your daughter can see the world in this unformed magical way. It's like she gets to create these worlds in her mind and make it manifested in front of her. Um, in your mind, things look so much more dreary. They're fixed, they're formed, they're real, they're rigid. Um, this is the magic that you can create together. Like you can use the power of her imagination to create, to dream, to imagine what you cannot dream or imagine. You can tell her and she can imagine for you. That is the connection that you have, and then you can take. Huh, that is not what I expected to hear. Okay. But that's really cool. Like she can imagine big dreams for you with you. She can help you dream it all. So can you let her dream on your behalf? Can you let her dream on your behalf? Can you let her dream on your behalf? Okay, I can let her dream on my behalf. I might play with that. Um, I don't know why, but I had this like real urge to break out of my blanket that I was so snugly in, and I'm stretching my arms backwards, which is not that you'd never see anyone sit this way, but my arms are just leaning backwards rather than crossed in the front of my body. It actually helped. It feels like there's a lot of energy moving through, and this feels like it's helping. So we'll lean into it, I guess. Mm, so, is there a past life to be healed between us that's contributing to this energetic charge that is hard for her to discharge in some way or results in her not feeling well? It happens in the mornings too, is what I'm getting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it. I was having some thoughts around this morning. Okay. Because today I got up with this like, I've got to get all of this done and I need to be super focused. And I think she could pick up on that too. So, all right, guides, I am open to being guided in a way that makes sense. Is it that we need to see this past life? Okay. Do we start there? Do we need, like, take me, show me? How do we do this? Okay, so I was just negotiating time so that I can take a break and like digest and process this. But okay. Ooh, like, ooh, that was a lot of energy. All right. And the yawns. Oh my goodness, the yawns. If you burp or yawn ever in any energetic healing processing session, welcome it. It's usually a sign of energy moving. I could be tired. There is definitely space for that logical reality in my book for sure. But I'm also feeling like there's a lot of energy shifting and moving, and I can't seem to keep still. I can't seem to keep still. So I feel like I'm seeing my daughter, and she's calling out to me. She looks very much like she does in this lifetime. So I feel like this is like an energetic representation of her. But it feels like I'm her parent. Am I her mom, her dad? Okay, I got a yes to that. All right. And I feel like she's running up to me and pointing to something in the distance. Some part of me is like, haven't we seen this life before? But I'm getting a no around that. So something else. That was a subtle yes. It looks very as if I was looking again at green meadows. So many green meadows keep showing up in my visuals these days, huh? And it looks kind of like a white cloud, but on the ground. off in the distance. It's very distinctly white. And so my daughter is looking very excitedly at me and pointing that out. Is this sometime in the future or in the past? Just because I say the word past life doesn't mean it needs to be chronologically in the past. For I have seen some weird things around timings, and there's a lot out there in terms of parallel lives and more. So just acknowledging that. But is this a parallel life? I want to ask, getting a no. Is this a past life in the past? And I'm hearing my daughter asking to go towards it to, like, she wants to explore. She wants to explore. So excited, like 5 year old that wants to explore. And I'm saying no, like, it's not safe. They're probably doing some work there. They are kicking up some dirt or dust. It's probably that. And she's like pouting, like, no, I want to go. And I get that. Mm, and I feel like she's pulling on my arm, come with me. And I'm just starting to see a little bit of myself in that lifetime. Very farmer like vibe. I see a cowboy hat like thing. It's not really the same shape, but it has a brim. It's a hat. It's kind of brown. I see these overalls. I see what looks like almost like a orangey red, like mustache and beard. It's a little hard to tell face, but there's like a lighter colored checkered shirt. If I had to guess the color, it's a little blurry. It's like a greenish and whitish checkered shirt. And could be even striped. I'm trying to see, but it doesn't feel important. What feels important is like I can feel myself relent, like, okay, we can go. And I just want to acknowledge when past life, mm, for all of us listening and watching, um, when past life information comes up, there can be this worry of, oh, what if I receive something that feels like a lot or it's triggering or is traumatic? And that's all very real because many times lifetimes that are coming up are ready to be cleared, to be processed, to be witnessed. And there can be tough things that show up there. And know that with the right ethical practitioner, um, and with the support of your guides, even more than the practitioner, even more than me as a channel, should you choose to receive a past life through me or through a past life regression, in which case you receive it through yourself with me as your guide. I have seen in my practice how spirit guides will take care of you and you won't feel that intensity if it's not meant for you to feel. If you ask for protection, if you ask for permission to not be too deep in the pain of it all, at the same time, experiencing some of that, noticing some of that pain can be so healing for a part of you that you almost didn't know existed. So I want you to receive that message and understand that. For this has come up in my own personal exploration of many, many past lives. I'm sure I'm in the 40, 50. One day I might make a wonderful table, a list of it all. But I have connected with a lot of past lives of mine. There's probably more that I'm connecting to in my sleep or other places. And there are ones that I'm probably not connecting to because who needs that information? It's a lot of information if we do it all at once. So connect to it all as once. Mm. And so I was just like, oh, what's happening? Is this going to be safe for me in that lifetime? And her, I started to feel that wondering in my present day me. So wanted to offer that up. And let's see where this journey takes us. So I feel myself going up much closer. Feels like I would have described it like machinery was there. And I'm like, really? But it's not. It just feels like a plow. And I don't know if it feels big. It's not moving fast, but it feels bigger than usual. And so it's kicking up a storm, is almost what I'm hearing. It's like a lot of dust. And I can hear myself asking in some more, there's more of a twang in his language, but it's like something about what you're doing. And I feel like there's a guy nearby who is talking. So I'm listening, and it feels like I'm hearing, actually, this is the latest thing. We can till the soil. Is that a word or a term that's used? And like so much more. I can feel and see as well. Like there are multiple lines being drawn in the soil. I am going to caveat that I have no farming, agricultural expertise of any sort. And so I'm doing my best to translate what's coming through in visuals and feelings and in words. Um, and so it's like I can feel this wow feeling from myself and my daughter, but my daughter, she looks worried almost. And so we kind of look at it and we walk back, and she's like, but what will happen to your job, Papa? Is what she's saying. And I'm turning to her and saying, oh, that's okay. I'll learn something else if my job were to go. It feels like my work was much more like manually tilling, or like I can see myself holding something that looks more spiky and like hacking at the land. So sorry if there's better language to use for this, but that's hopefully giving you a bit of a mental picture and understanding of what's being shown to me. I'm quite surprised with the life that's showing up because I thought it'd be more dramatic or more evident as to why there is this connection. Um, and she brightens up, like she brightened up in that at that point when I said, oh, I'll be able to learn something else. I can figure it out. Like I figured things out before. Just not being able to do one thing doesn't mean I can't do something else on the land, on the field. And she's like, oh, and she looks so happy and elated. Like she was worried before because she knew how important it is for like dad, me to work in order for I heard feed the family. It's important. And and so she started to see for me, her dad, oh, ways mm, I heard take care of the land, ways that I can take care of the animals and the plants. Like there's so many ways that I can take care. I almost saw him, I'm just going to refer to him, he, as this version of me in this past life. Tenderly touching a sapling is what it feels like and looks like to me. It's like, oh, let me be tender, let me take care of you. And she saw, like, oh, this is a good thing. Like, you don't have to do as much manual labor because the plow is doing it for you. This multi pronged plow is what it looks like to me. Mm, and I'm hearing and seeing she started to envision all these things, and they all came true. Like it was this magical thing. And I'm hearing from the guides to enroll her in your vision. Like she is so energetically connected to you. You need to enroll her in your vision. You need to explain to her what you're trying to do across everything that you are trying to do. For otherwise, she keep thinking you're just trying to go away, but really you're trying to make this even bigger to encompass even more of her dreams and your dreams. It feels like she feels like my energy is trying to draw away from her, but really it's trying to expand the energy around me and her, which is so cool. That is true. I am trying to do that. And some part of me is like, oh, I came into this session thinking that I needed to heal or like do something with our energy and maybe like like what do I need to do? I thought it's maybe some kind of, my friends had gotten like kink the cord, which is more of let her not take on so much energetically when I'm moving through a lot because she can feel it and doesn't quite know how to process it. But I'm hearing from the guides like, no, there's nothing to disconnect from between your energy. Yes, you can intentionally pull away some energy, but really she's inviting you to flow more energy to her. Like this is a thing she wants to help with energetically, not consciously, but energetically. It's quick and easy for her. All you need to do is tell her about what you're trying to do and make happen, and she'll take care of the rest. Huh. So I'm just feeling called to say if you live with a partner, a pet, a animal, I'm hearing, um, spouse, child, or deeply connected to friends, like enroll them in your vision if they're really energetically connected to you for they can help imagine it in ways that you cannot even, and that is such a powerful thing. That's such a cool thing. That's what coaches and healers do is they can feel into that vision and see it for you even at times when they you can't see it for yourself. Yeah. How fun is that? Okay. It might also be a parent, it might be a close relative, whoever it might be. I guess I want to leave you all with the questions I'm asking the guides. Like, what is it that you could say or ask? They're saying, just say it, what it is that you're hoping to create or manifest. Say it, pure and simple. It can be a sentence, it can be a paragraph, it can be a long treatise, it can be whatever you format you choose. But just enrolling them in the vision. If there are parts of it that you feel uncomfortable or it feels hard to share, you don't have to share. But enroll them in the vision, even if it's not what you want, but how you want to feel, you can enroll them in that vision. And that is a beautiful thing because they will get to amplify that energy for you and you both will feel it and it will feel wonderful. Ooh, I feel that. I'm inviting you to energetically share with me, is what the guides are saying. Wishes, dreams, and hopes, things that you are manifesting. And I am inviting my guides and your guides to amplify that energy, helping you feel it and see it or experience it in a way even more wonderful and beautiful than you could have ever dreamed. Thank you for manifesting with me. Thank you for receiving this message. Thanking my guides, my daughter's guides, all those who showed up here today. Thank you for receiving this practice as I choose to close up the Akashic records now. I thank the magic of the space. I thank all the energies and beings that I channel through at this time. I give gratitude to everything that came through. The records are now closed, the records are now closed, the records are now closed, and so it is with love and gratitude. Thank you. Taking one last deep breath together, in through your nose and out through your mouth, into your heart space. Feeling your energy come back from anywhere it may have drifted or traveled to. Bring it back into your heart. Concentrate it and radiate all the feelings of love and hope, purposefulness, magic, beauty. Let yourself feel that, receive that. Thank yourself. Thank you for receiving. Who will you share your vision with today, your dreams with today? Remember that you can share it with me energetically. It doesn't have to be with words, but if you feel called to share in the comments, if you're watching this as a video, um, if you wish to email, you will be able to find that my contact form on my website, nikkijoshi.com. And if you feel called to deepen your exploration of your path, your purpose, find answers to soul questions like the one I inquired about myself. Um, my doors are always open energetically. My portal online is open for bookings as well. You can always receive from that space. And know that if it feels like a no, trust that and know that another portal or way is coming your way as well. With much love. Thank you.